Not totally sure what just happened. Think we are there. We are live and streaming. Awesome sauce. So hello, 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 everyone, and welcome. Dr. Z of Greater Self LLC, and today, I would say to pay homage and respect to myself and to my other fellow veterans, I'm just offering yoga for today. I might wipe the screen off one quick time in the hopes that, it gets a little bit clearer. But what we are going to be doing today in comparison to what I had planned, one, I am pretty cold, so I've definitely got my Greater Self hoodie on. These will zip up hoodie. These will totally be available for you if you like. But I am going to be sharing with you guys a little bit of movement. I managed to pull a muscle in the back of my neck literally as of this morning. So this is going to look very different than what I had originally planned and had in store for you all. So with no further ado, I'm going to go ahead and scoop myself on back. Go ahead and prepare and put my hair up. I might still even take in a little bit of my nice, lovely yoga stand that helps me with headstands and other types of inversions. And based on the level of heat that I managed to generate just from that point, we are going to go ahead and get into it. Going to see, you all get to see how, what it's like to do yoga when you've got maybe some challenges, some areas that are in pain, some things that you'd like to not exacerbate if you're recovering from any kind of injuries. What I strongly encourage you to do is listen to your body and make sure whatever you're doing, it actually works for you and what you've got going on. So now that you have been welcomed into my middle ground area of dining room, living room, we are going to jump into it. And I'd like you to start with actually sitting down on your knees. Now, if this is too much to lean back on here, please take like a pillow, blanket, or something underneath and allow yourself the space to sit comfortably. If it is too much, then by all means, go ahead and swing around to your bottom. But we are going to enjoy. We've got our lovely candle burning over here with our intentions. Going to just sit for a moment and notice what you're noticing in your body. Allow your shoulders the opportunity to just lower down, placing your hands right on top of your thighs, allowing yourself the opportunity to take a breath. So taking a deep inhale in through your nose, exhaling out through your mouth. One more, inhale in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. Continue in this cadence while we're moving. This is absolutely a slow flow. We will not be getting super active because, again, I managed to hurt myself, so I'm not going to ask you all to do anything that I wouldn't do. This is definitely an abbreviation in its full entirety from what will be offered and available next Sunday, depending on whenever you see this, for my in-person event, which I 100% plan to be in a better physical space by then. So sitting here for a moment, go ahead and start to walk your hands out, because next week will definitely come with the music. Spreading your fingertips out as wide as you possibly can. And I think I'm going to make one more quick adjustment on the camera, so that way you all can see a lot more and also capture maybe from the back of the camera just a little more of what's going in the other directions that you can't see. So spreading those fingertips out as wide as you possibly can, allowing your wrist to be right underneath your shoulders, extending your head up, allowing your back to be straight in the moment, so straight or neutral. Taking a deep inhale in allow your belly to drop. And as you exhale out, allowing your body to curve under. Inhaling in, lifting up, and exhaling out. Curving your back. Inhaling in. And taking another exhale out. Go ahead and bring those knees to the outside edges of your mat. You can bring your toes in together behind you, or you can leave them straight back. It depends on your level of comfort. And again, listen to your body. If you need something underneath your knees, slowly start to lower your bottom back. And we're going to extend our arms out. So coming down to our forearms, and then extending your arms straight out in front of you. Bring your head down into child's pose. And literally in this position, I can feel all the pain in my neck. So move at a slow pace. Gently lifting your head up. Bringing your bottom up. Slowly start to walk those knees back in underneath your hips. Extending those arms out. And we're going to lower our hips down to the mat. And then bring those forearms down. And sitting here for a minute, let the tops of your feet go flat. Continuing to breathe in and out. Noticing if you're feeling anything anywhere in your body. Taking a moment to check and see, are your elbows underneath your shoulders? Are your shoulders down? Are you able to extend your neck up? Having your gaze being right in front of you. Allowing the front part of your hips and maybe even the lower part of your belly to be flat on the mat. Turn sideways so you can see. And yes, I intentionally wore today my fatigue pants from back in the day, because why not? While you're laying here, just see if there's any space to extend up and even opening this chest area. Notice your breath as you're laying here, allowing your lower back to push down into the mat. Fingertips still spread out. And then slowly start to curl those toes under. Bring those hands right up underneath your shoulders, pushing back. Giving yourself a quick little stretch. And then I'm just going to adjust myself. Curling those toes under. Go ahead and push up into downward facing dog. Now feel free to bend your knees. And allow yourself the opportunity. Just turn sideways, period. It's always fun to adjust. Allowing your knees to be slightly bent. If your legs don't immediately go straight, your head right between your shoulder blades. Your tailbone straight up into the air. Just hold here for a minute. Fingers still spread out. Continuing to breathe. And as you're ready, start to lower into a high plank. Holding right here. And then go ahead and push back up. Readjusting just to make sure you're stable. You're not overextending your legs if they're still a little cold and aren't warmed up. We don't want the back of those hamstrings popping. And back into a plank. Using those core muscles, holding it all in and up. And go ahead and push back again. Holding here. And back down into a plank. Go ahead and drop those knees down. Let the tops of your feet go flat. Slightly reaching back, just extending those arms. Scooting your hands forward, allowing your belly to come down to the mat. Slowly lower down onto your forearms. And just holding here for a moment. Giving yourself the check-in. Just see how you're doing, how it's feeling. I know we don't have music flowing like I genuinely love doing, which makes this a whole lot funner, in my personal opinion. I'm just going to bring these phones closer so I don't miss any important messages. What we will also go ahead and move into while we're here, we might as well stretch out our shoulders and open up our heart area just a little bit more. So go ahead and bring your chest down to the mat. Bring your arms straight out to the sides. And we're going to bring our right hand pushing up, again, allowing your left shoulder to be down on the mat. Bringing your head down, and again, I am making slight adjustments just because of what I'm experiencing in my neck. And then slowly start to roll your body over. Opening up our left side of our shoulders and even down along the right side of our body. Keeping that hand there just to hold yourself up and create a little stability. Continuing to breathe. Just noticing what's happening. And let's bring it back down to the center. Again, extending that right arm out now. Bringing your head down to the mat. Relieving all the tension in your neck, hopefully because you all feel better. And go ahead and push over to the other side. Again, listening to your body, making sure if this feels comfortable, twist your entire body. If it's a little too much, then stay where it feels comfortable for you. Continuing to breathe and just noticing what you're noticing. And let's go ahead and bring it back to the center. Now it would only be right to add a little bit of work in here. So we can definitely put a little muscle movement in, which looks like bringing those arms right along the side of you. So your hand should be right about where your face is on your mat. Like along the sides, making kind of a U. And what we're going to do with our nice little cactus W hands is we're just going to use those core muscles. You can even bring your feet towards the edges of your mat. And we're just going to lift up. Noticing what that feels like, where you're feeling it, and lower back down. As much as you can, the backside of your body should be relaxed but engaged. And lift back up. So as you lift, you should notice those muscles tapping in. You can tap, tap, tap on the fingers. And go ahead and lower back down. And one more time, lifting back up. Using the core, your feet should never be leaving the ground. And lower back down. Taking a nice deep inhale in. You should feel your body rise on the mat and then exhaling out. Notice it releasing. Bringing those hands right underneath your shoulder blades. Let's go ahead and spread those fingers out and push up into a tabletop. Feel free to readjust as you need to. Again, spreading those fingers out as wide as you can. Hopefully, if your arms don't hyperextend like mine, they're straight and right underneath your shoulders. Noticing if your back is naturally arching or if there's any space to just bring it to a neutral spot, maybe even pulling your core in tighter. And we're going to extend our right foot right back behind us, flexing your foot And you can hold right here, pulling your entire core in. And or if you want a little more, extend the opposite arm straight out in front of you, keeping your head as neutral as you can, so not overextending your neck, pulling your core in for that balance. And go ahead and bring it back down. And let's extend on the other side. So extending that left foot back, flexing your feet. Again, pulling your core in, and if it's available, bring that opposite arm up. If not, stay right where you are, listening to your body. And go ahead and release, putting it back down. And obviously, it only makes sense to at least do it 3 times and make it even. So let's extend that right side back out. Notice when you're doing this side, if there's any space to pull any tighter, to feel more stable, just anything at all. Or if you're like, I'm sick of this already, whatever it is, go ahead and lower back down, switching to the opposite side. Also checking and seeing how both sides may not do the same things. They do not have the same level of strength depending on how much you do or don't use either side. Your primary side, there's an assumption, go ahead and bring it back down. That side may be stronger. You might find that it's not in other ways. And go ahead and extend back up on the opposite side again. This is our last round. But seeing if there's any space to pull in a little bit tighter. Pulling your core up, holding your legs straight, challenging yourself to balance, and bring it back down. Last time on this side, and go ahead and extend back out. Again, pulling everything in as tight, using all the muscles together to work in alignment, flexing your foot, just noticing what you're feeling. And go ahead and bring it back down. Bringing those knees to the edge of the mat, toes together this time. See if there's any space to spread out just a little bit more. And then rock your bottom back, because we're opening our heart. We always want to open our hips just the same. Bring those forearms down and just hold here for a moment. If this is too tight, by all means, come back up to a higher space. Allow yourself the opportunity to not be overwhelmed. Just going to check and make sure I'm not missing any messages or folks trying to jump in that I am not privy to. And with that being said, just continue to notice how you are or aren't breathing in the moment and what that's feeling like for you. Now, if you have it available, go ahead and extend those arms out even further, bringing your chest down to the mat. Seeing if there's any space to bring those knees out a little further. Continuing to breathe. Feel free to make all the sounds you need so you feel comfortable. And if your body's getting a little more looser and open and there's some toots, it happens. Continuing to breathe right here. Giving your body permission to do what it needs to. And slowly start to bring those arms back underneath your chest, pushing up, using a little bit of core. Go ahead and bring those knees right back under. Let's sit back up for a moment. And while we're here, selfishly for myself, we're going to do a little bit with our necks and try to see if we can loosen those up some. So go ahead and slowly tip your head forward. If you can, please bring your chin down to your chest. This is literally all I got today, and that's okay. But if you've got more, by all means, slowly bringing your chin to your chest and back up to a neutral space. Let's go ahead and turn those heads over to the right side. Continuing to breathe. Noticing if you need any other support. And let's go back to the center. Breathe here for a moment. And over to the opposite side. Again, just noticing if both sides are in need of a little something different. That's totally okay. And coming back to the center and tipping your head backwards. Again, allow yourself to go as far as you comfortably can. I'm just going to use a little support to not exacerbate what I've got going on here. And go ahead and bring your head back up. And because this is such a nice little short, brief something, I wanted to throw out there. Obviously, if we had more folks and more participants, it would definitely be longer and I wasn't in pain. But since we are here, let's go ahead and swing our feet around and come down to the bottom, as in we won't be here for a full hour, so you can definitely get back to the rest of your Veterans Day. I don't know about you all, but I definitely created a whole game plan for all the places I could go eat, all the things I could go store for myself for later, because I really can't eat all of it, but it definitely doesn't hurt to go get it and put it in the fridge. So let's bring those feet, the palms of our feet together. Allowing your back to be straight, those shoulders down and out to the side. Allowing your legs to fall open as far as you comfortably can. And again, you may need to bring your feet a little further out, or maybe bring them in. And just noticing in this moment as you're sitting here, are you able to pull your core in tight? And again, sit up straighter. I'm keenly aware that I am inhibited just because of the strain of that connection from the back all the way up the neck and what that looks like, but you can definitely get into it. Holding here with your legs, see if there's any space to take those elbows and push down a little more, folding from your waist and continuing to breathe into it. Allowing yourself the space and opportunity to just see what's available. If this is really tight, you can definitely put stuff underneath your knees, like pillows, blankets, sweatshirts, whatever you got. And enjoying that for the moment. Again, folding from your waist. Slowly start to curve your back. Again, my curve and your curve should look different based on hopefully you not having the same pains. Allow yourself to lean forward if that's available. Bringing those hands right out in front of you. So if there's more space, by all means, fold and reach. Don't bounce. Just notice what's there. And if on the next breath, you have a little more space, extend those fingers out more. Slowly start to walk your hands back up, coming up one vertebrae at a time. Gently bringing those knees in together, extending those legs straight out in front of you. You want to flex those toes, wiggle them a little. And as you're doing that, again, readjusting. So sitting up straight, bringing those shoulders down and out to the side, pulling your core in. And just holding here for a moment. This pose may seem like it's not doing a lot, but depending on what you've got going on in your body, you may just notice a little more when you're pulling your core in, bringing those shoulders down and out to the side, pressing your feet into the mat, and just sitting up, making a nice, beautiful L with your body. On your next inhale, go ahead and take those arms and bring them up. We're going to exhale out and fold and release, letting your hands fall where they're comfortable. So it may be to your ankles, it may be to your knees, it may be extending beyond your toes, allowing yourself to bend forward and just notice what you have available, not pulling or tugging, just existing in your current fold. Continuing to breathe. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Go ahead and take another inhale in, bringing those arms up. Fully extending up and folding forward. Enjoying what feels good. Some might say after, if you do follow me on socials, that pending the amount of fun I had yesterday, that may or may not have impacted whatever I did to my neck. But being able to spend great time with great people and have different experiences is kind of worth it, if that's even what happened. Releasing those hands, slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Taking another inhale in, bringing those arms up, extending your body up as high as you can and folding forward. Again, noticing what's available for today. It doesn't need to be any more than what it is. Allowing what you feel to be felt, not judging it, not expecting more, just noticing. And slowly start to roll back up, one vertebrae at a time. We're going to go ahead and extend both legs straight out to the side. So making at least a 90-degree angle if that's an option or available for you. If not, then it's not, and you bring it in closer. But if it is available to get 90 or more, go ahead and move into it comfortably. And again, hopefully you all are able to sit up straighter and elongate your bodies more. Extending those arms up as you inhale. You're going to exhale, flexing your feet and folding forward from your waist. So if you fold forward and your chest hits the mat, go for it. If it stops about where I'm at, let that be great. Keeping your feet flexed. We'll do it without our feet flexed, but just to notice what you're noticing in this moment. And seeing if there's any space to get any lower on each exhale. Not forcing. Breathing into it. Letting what's great be great. And slowly start to roll up one vertebrae at a time, using your hands to push you back up. Taking another inhale in, bringing those arms up and drop over to the right side. Again, allowing yourself to notice where you're at. You don't need to be anywhere but where you are. You can take those hands on either side of your leg. You can just hold right on top. Again, it's what you're in need of for this moment. Your way of opening space for your heart, for your mind, for your body, and taking this little break, especially if you're a veteran, you've been out here eating all the food, just opening up a little bit of that side body so you have more space. And slowly start to walk yourself over to the center and back up. Taking another inhale in, bringing those arms up, extending up as high as you can and dropping over to the opposite side. I don't know about you all, but sometimes I always notice my toes when I'm in yoga. And it's like, there they are. Not that they weren't there before. And extending that side body, you're not even extending it as much as we could be, but you just want to notice what you're noticing. Continuing to breathe through. And slowly start to walk back over to the center. See if they're actually able to lower down anymore. If just from these few minutes or so, you're able to get a little lower from that forward fold. Relax your feet. So instead of flexing them, relax them, allow them to fall forward, which will definitely feel more comfortable. Continuing to breathe through it. Slowly start to walk those hands back up. Bringing your hands right under your knees. Go ahead and start to walk those feet back in. Coming back to our flagpole, just sitting up straight, allowing those shoulders to be down and out to the side. Pulling your core in, back straight, legs straight, feet up. Just feeling what you're feeling. Let's go ahead and cross those feet under. And this is totally if it's available to you, you could go from actually jumping from where you were to this next space. I'm not. You're just gonna come on over. Folding and forwarding into a tabletop. Ideally, this next space is a pretty deep position, so giving yourself permission to notice what you're noticing, to make any adjustments that you need. We're going to move into a pigeon pose. So we're going to start on the right side, bringing that right knee up to your right hand and past it. You can bring that foot over as much as you can and as close as you can to making the number 7, listening to your body. So if that is not happening, keep it in closer. Also, feel free to put pillows or something right underneath here if that is too much for you. But if you got it, by all means, get into it. Enjoy it. Feel it. A part of me in this moment realizes we've recorded not one thing so far. So hopefully you all are enjoying this free experience for those that got to jump on for free, and those that, and that's due to your diligence and your showing up, being a part of my community. I didn't advertise it all over, but if you are a part of it, then you are absolutely getting access right now. And for those that were able to pay and want to be a part of the community, obviously there's more chances to get access to more things for free more often. And now you know. I know we've been here for a little bit, but since we're here, let's see if we can get any deeper. If you can come down to your forearms, let's do it. If that's too much, then don't. Go ahead and stay right where you were. If it's available, feel free to lay all the way out. Again, listening to your body, and I think for today, I'm going to stay right here. No need to hyperextend and add anything extra to what I'm already got going on here. Please don't forget to breathe. Take deeper breaths as you need to. Giving yourself permission to feel. And go ahead and walk yourself back up. Spreading those fingertips out again. Curling your back toe under to like kind of give you a little lift off. We're going to come right back to our tabletop. So coming right back here, noticing what you're noticing, readjusting, shake a little. This is where the music would have come into play, because we could have intentionally shook, and done the things, but we all have it. So use your imagination. Preparing yourself, let's go ahead and extend those arms out a little more, spreading those fingers out. Bring that left knee up on the outside of your elbow, and you may notice that both sides do not feel the same, and that is totally okay. Again, bring your foot under more. If that is too much, bring it out as far as you comfortably can, and feel free to put pillows or things right underneath if that is more supportive and helpful to you. And listening to your body, letting what's great be great, and not forcing or expecting something to be super intense that isn't, or whatever judgments are there. Let's just let them be, because it's not really serving us at this point in time, right? So going ahead, if it's available to you, feel free to start to lower down. Again, both sides are not the same, so it just genuinely may not feel okay to lower down. Or you might be like, this is my side, and you are in it, into it. By all means, you can lay flat out, put your chest straight on this mat, if that's available to you. Again, it's all about what's going to work for you. Yoga is totally accessible to everybody, but if you don't believe it, you might discount yourself out just because you didn't know there were alternatives or other ways to go about doing things. So still continuing to breathe into it, letting it be as great as it's going to be. Again, both sides, they just do different stuff sometimes. It's pretty cool how that works out. Same body, different stuff. Unless you're ambidextrous, we already function in that way anyhow. And unless you're super intentional about being ambidextrous and being great at evening both sides out, or maybe have some things about yourself that make having things even be a necessity for how you function, then it is what it is. But we can go ahead and start to lift ourselves back up, spreading those fingertips out, curling that back toe under to give us a little push, and come back to a tabletop. In this moment, keeping those knees together, slowly bend back just for a quick moment, and then come back up. And back again. We've only got one more time like this. And back up. And this last one, go ahead and extend those arms out in front of you also. You may notice your body getting in the way. Scoot forward if that's the case. Keep breathing. Your cheeks might be in the air, but you can breathe. Now let's go ahead and come back up. Now we're going to flip around back to a seated position. We're going to start a little bit of a slower decline. Let's see. Thinking of what will be the best way to make sure you can not only hear me, see me, all the things. Let's go ahead and keep those knees up for this moment. Doing a little bit of core work. We're just going to slowly lower down. Using those core muscles, you can hold onto your legs if you need to. And I'm just going to hold my neck. Dropping down onto the mat. Keep those knees up. Let's actually bring them to the edge of the mat. And allow your knees to fall in together. You can place your hands wherever it's comfortable. So whether it's across your abdomen, down to the sides. And just hold here for a moment. Allowing your shoulder blades to totally melt into the mat. At your leisure, go ahead and drop those knees over to the right side. Again, you can extend your arms out. You can place them across your abdomen or just leave them down by your side. Let's kick it up a notch and actually bring both knees together and turn the head in the opposite direction, extending those arms all the way out, making a T. Bringing our head back to the center, placing your toes down and bringing those knees back up. Feet to the edge of the mat again, knees fall into the side, and drop them over to the left side. Again, holding here for a moment. Noticing what you're noticing. And when you're ready, bring those knees together to the side, turning your head in the opposite direction. Shoulders still down on the mat. Using your toe, go ahead and start to push back up. going to turn to be able to show more. Go ahead and bring those knees right into your chest. You may have to adjust your bottom a little. And it would only make sense to do a little happy baby pose, just because why not? So you can take your 2 fingers, wrap them around your big toes. If you can't reach your toes, you can take a towel or something to grip your feet. Or if you have straps, you can wrap them around your big toes. You can hold the outside of your feet. You can hold on to the inside, or even just on your ankles, whatever feels comfortable for you. And then allow yourself the space to explore. So whether it's opening up, just staying here, rocking to the side, stretching one leg out, maybe even the other, maybe both of them straight. Just giving yourself a moment to rock and do what feels good for your back. And as you're doing that, go ahead and make sure you do it evenly on both sides. And when you're ready, come back to the center. One more gentle hug, pulling those knees into your chest. And then we're going to extend those legs straight out, moving into our Savasana. So readjust whatever you need to adjust so you can get comfortable with laying here for a moment. Allow your feet to fall down and out to the side, to the edges of your mat. Your arms to be down along the side of your body. Your shoulders should be pushing into the mat. So the small of your back lifting ever so gently. Your hands can be down to the sides of your body with your palms facing down to be in a space for feeling more grounded. You can place them palms up to be in a space of receiving. You can place them right across your abdomen if you'd like to feel more connected with yourself. Allow yourself the opportunity to choose what feels best for you. And we'll begin the process of just laying here in Shavasana. So just a little quiet time, followed by the meditations or the words that I'm saying to bring your awareness to your body. Giving yourself the time to thank yourself for the movement that we have done, for being open and available for the movement, for giving yourself space to just explore something maybe different in your day to break the routine. Maybe you're actually feeling grateful that you might have the day off because it's Veterans Day. And if you're working, grateful for the break to be able to engage. But giving yourself an opportunity to just be. Still continuing deep breaths as necessary. And ultimately as feels good for you. Continuing to lay here peacefully. Just noticing what you're noticing. Continuing to take deep inhales in and exhales out. Continuing to hold and just noticing what you're noticing in your body. Noticing if it's starting at your feet, your ankles, your shins, your calves, maybe even at your knees, your thighs. Do you feel anything around your mid area, your stomach? How are you starting to feel about your heart area? Do you feel pain? Does it feel release? Moving up and looking at where your throat is. Do you feel comfortable or does it feel restricted? As you carry on moving up into your head, where there are so many things that can be happening, noticing if you're able to allow your head to be light, your eyes to be light, your tongue to be comfortable in your mouth, like not stuck to the roof or the bottom or towards a thing, but to give yourself space to relax into the moment. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bringing your knees in together. Turn to your favorite side into fetal position. Allow yourself to support your neck. And just lay here for a moment. If your body's cooled down, you can definitely grab that sweater, sweatshirt, or thing you had before. Again, giving yourself a moment to just take a break. To be supported by your own body. Still taking in full, intentional, deep inhales and exhales. Allowing the calm to settle. Take a deep inhale in. And exhale out. On your next inhale in, start to use your hands to slowly push yourself up to a seated position. I'm definitely going to use more support as we see the neck is necking again. Oh. You come to that seated position. Feel free to cross your legs if that feels comfortable. To let them be straight out in front of you, whatever feels good to you. I'm putting my jacket all the way back on. And as you're sitting there, see if there's any space to pull that core in tight. Shoulders still down and out to the sides. Taking a deep inhale in. Exhale out. Oh, I'm all kinds of crooked. Taking another deep inhale in, bringing those arms up. Exhale them out to heart center. We're going to take 3 cleansing breaths together, and then we are going to wrap up today's session. So taking a deep inhale in through your nose, exhaling out through your mouth, making a sound. On your inhales, allow it to be the things that you are wanting, needing, and appreciative of. And as you exhale out, release those things that no longer serve you and are not supportive, especially on this 11/11 portal day, all the things. Take a deep inhale in through your nose, filling your belly with air, and then exhale out. Deep inhale in through your nose, and exhale out. Last one, inhale in through your nose, holding, and exhale out. I'd like to thank you for the time that you've shared with me today. Whether you're seeing this at a later time or you joined us live, I appreciate you sharing your time, your energy, allowing me to guide you through moving your body, getting more in touch with it, and just overall being probably a pretty awesome person, especially on this Veterans Day. And I definitely want to thank all the veterans, all my battle buddies out there that are showing up and showing out. Um, I appreciate you all. I appreciate our experiences that were shared, even the ones that will never be able to speak up because no one will get it, and those that we do get to share with the people we care and love. I appreciate you all. I hope you have an amazing day. If you are local to the LA area, LAIE, Orange County area, there is definitely an event happening next Sunday where you will be able to come in person. I promise not to hurt myself before then. We will have music, we will have some journaling, some meditation, some clearing of the chakras, some more movement, maybe a little dance here or there of the body, some discussions about some tools that I'm about to go use. Brain Compass, which is a CBD, it's a hemp product company. There's tons of different things and benefits to those products. So I'll definitely be sharing more about those in person. There's one for pain relief. I'll be getting that next. There are some that help regulating with just your nervous system in general to create a sense of peace. One specific mushrooms for immunity, which are definitely beneficial during this time of the year and all the things that are available. So join me live if you are in the area. And then if not, make sure you tune in with me when I do go live in some of these specialized groups and areas that, because you all signed up and are here, I will definitely share more information than what I already shared to the whole entire public, because you all volunteered to give me more of your time and attention. So I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of this day. Namaste and happy Veterans Day. Thank you all. If you all have any questions about any of the things that are going to be going on or happening, you can totally drop a little message here in the chats and all. You can send us a DM. You can text us. There's like so many different ways, email, like all the things. And we'll absolutely, definitely get back in touch with you for it. Again, I hope you all have an amazing day. I look forward to seeing you on the socials, seeing you out in real life, and y'all have a great day. Be safe. If you're a veteran, like, go get the last bits of what's free, save some for later, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye.